Biafra may be restored in truth and in every honesty, because we are spotlessly clean, because we are without any blemish, because we are whiter than white and whiter than snow, because before we came, there was nothing like us. Now that we are here, they cannot be like us, and after we are gone, they will pray that we had lived forever. We are the children of the Most High, and across the 24 time zones on this very planet, Elohim's children are listening. Radio Biafra is not like any other. We are listened to across the entirety of humanity. That is why only on Radio Biafra do we say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you. Because regardless of where you are living, where you are residing, where you are domiciled, we welcome you this very evening. The time now is precisely 8 minutes past 7 p.m. in the blessed land of Biafra. And I also presume with every degree of certainty that it is the same number of minutes past the hour wherever you are. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, the largest and the most formidable mass movement anywhere on the face of this very earth. I am a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra only by the special grace of God Almighty in heaven. And we are here to preach this very gospel until Biafra is restored in our time. And we know and hope and pray it will be this year and not beyond this year. That is why we have to do everything within our powers, everything humanly possible, to make sure we disseminate this very gospel this evening, that wherever you are, you propagate it. You will tell your friends and you will tell your neighbors. You will tell those who are close to you, even those who are far from you. You will tell them that if they go to Radio Biafra page on Facebook, they will listen to us. Some of you are listening on my page, Nnamdi Kanu on radio, on Facebook. We are on Radio Biafra, on FM in Biafra land. We are on satellite. We are on TuneIn app. We are on Garden Radio app. We are on Sweet Radio app. We are everywhere, including satellite as well. Therefore, you will have no reason for not joining us. And as always, listening to this very broadcast via my Facebook page comes with a lot of warning, because Facebook, as always, is doing all that they can. They have been bribed. They know the zoo is sinking. They know the zoo is irredeemably sinking. That is why they keep borrowing money and bribing everybody. They have bribed. The diplomats, didn't work. They've bribed the mainstream media. It did not work. Now they're bribing social media as well. Facebook has collected their own share, and they're doing all they can to see what they can do to justify the blood money that they're taking. Because if you accept anything from the zoo called Nigeria, it is blood money that you're taking. Because people are dying, and you're collecting money to suppress the truth. And that is what we are here to expose. Before we go any further, we must call upon Elohim. We must hand over our proceedings to the Most High, that His mercy and His grace may guide us And for those of you who do not understand, Biafra is not going to be an ungodly nation. It has to remain godly. The same way it has been from the beginning, so shall it continue until the end of time. It will not change. Biafra will remain godly. That was why I proudly proclaimed in Israel, when I was interviewed, that Biafra will be another version of the Jewish state of Israel. And we said it very proudly, and I reinstate that this very evening. We are IPOB, we do not retreat nor surrender. And that is why the zoo is collapsing precipitously. Nobody can stop it. This 2020 will collapse the zoo. There is nothing anybody can do about it. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter how many idiots they recruit on their side. It doesn't matter how many saboteurs spring up. It doesn't matter how many traitors they have groomed. The zoo must fall in 2020. We have all the facts and the figures. It doesn't matter what they do. The last kick of a dying horse, it doesn't matter what they do. We are in the era of digitization of information and technology. It is not 67 to 70 in the analog age, where you can decide what the world hears and what they don't hear. We've grown beyond that. As you're trying to suppress Facebook, we are on Twitter. As you're trying to suppress Twitter, we are on Instagram. So how many are you going to suppress? When will you keep borrowing money to bribe people? You have failed. And this evening we shall dissect the zoo. And all the traitors working for them, of course. We must pray. We give glory to Elohim, the Most High. The Lord of all the hosts of heaven. You are sovereign. There is no other God apart from thee. Every knee bow before your throne of grace. Because your name, O Elohim, is that above every other name. You are God, the creator. You gave life to man. Man is nothing before thee. Because you are supreme and you are almighty. You are the creator of this very infinite universe, of which we inhabit only a speck of dust. For earth is mere speck of dust before thee. But you remember your children. You did not abandon Israel. You will not abandon Biafra, because you're a God of your words. That is why we call thee the sovereign Savior. You have saved us from the Janjaweed before, 300 years ago, and this very generation, having recognized that you are the Almighty God, for we do not worship any idol. We come before thee as we do any time before we preach, to ask for your guidance and your protection. We have asked, O Heavenly Father, that you may give sense to us where stupidity currently exists, because we love thee with all our strength, because you are the Lord of our rock and the God of ages. You never change. You do not change from age to age, from generation to generation. That was the secret we discovered. And that was why you blessed IPOB. That was why you said that Biafra will come in our time. Because we have given you all the glory, not to any man, not to any graven image. Only to thee do we bow, Heavenly Father. Because you are the God of our strength, and in thee do we trust. We do not trust in mortal flesh. We do not trust in a carved wood somewhere. We only trust in the God of our ancestors. The same that this time you will do it for us once again. You are our shield and the horn of our salvation. You are our stronghold, and we call upon thee this evening, because only you is worthy to be praised. No other God apart from thee. You are one and indivisible God. Everything that is created, you created it. But nothing created you because you are God. That is why you save us from the hands of our enemies. That is why the same way you saved Moshe, you saved Yeshua. The same way you saved Elijah. That is how you will preserve IPOB. That is how you will make sure that Biafra is restored and the zoo called Nigeria is crumbled beyond recognition. Because all around us is evil and darkness. But your light has continued to shine upon the face of your children. That is why this very day you have done us proud before our enemies. They have fallen on the right and on the left. The only thing we are waiting for is for the announcement that the zoo is no longer viable. And that is very, very imminent. Because they cannot hold the secret anymore. The world now knows. Due to the diligence and intelligence you have given to us, out of the abundance of your grace, the whole world now knows that Buhari is dead. That's all is finished. They know it. May you grant all the fortitude, the humility, and the grace to continue to work tirelessly for the restoration of your kingdom on the face of this very earth. And that kingdom is Biafra, as it was to the old. That your name may be praised, exalted, adored, and honored forever and ever, we pray. He said, this evening without further hesitation, we must proceed to preach. Our enemies are vibrating. Right now they are panicking because they know we are white and snow. They know we are incorruptible. They understand that we are unbribable. They know nobody can buy us. Our conscience is untainted. They know we only have one mission. The essence of our existence while we are born is to restore Biafra. And Biafra will come in our time. My Lord and my God in heaven, this evening we shall preach the gospel that Elohim has mandated should be preached to the children of men on this very earth. That the truth may always prevail. This very evening, we are making it very, very obvious. I want to start from the beginning. The dismantling of the zoo, piece by piece, brick by brick, zinc by zinc, rod by rod, the dismantling of the fraudulent edifice called Nigeria, where they have been, where they are going, and where they are going to end up. It's all been one massive, organized, colonial fraud, presided over by a very backward, primitive, uneducatable tribe. I want to start from the beginning because I'm going to dwell on the executive order signed by Trump yesterday, which I posted on my page on Facebook. I am going to dwell on it, that the world may understand what is happening, that everybody may know the amount of work we have put into making sure that all civilized nations see the zoo for what it is, the damnable zoological republic. And each time I preach, this very pouch that I place in front of the screen will keep moving. I don't touch it, but for some reason it keeps moving. Unbelievable. We are in the spirit. I am going to refer you to a document from the Department of Justice in the United States of America. If you Google it, you will find it. It is under terrorism. It is called DOJ, that stands for the Department of Justice in the USA. Issued unanswered call to action on Boko Haram. You may be wondering why I am going back to 2016 to start our program this very evening. It is very, very critical that you follow this presentation methodically. You have to be able to reason things through. Don't mind what Facebook are doing. Do not mind what they are doing. They have been paid to do what they're doing, but they can't stop us. They can't. Because people are listening across YouTube, people are listening on Radio Biafra app, they are listening on Simple Radio, they are listening on Music Radio, they are listening on Tuning, they are listening via our FM, they are listening via satellite. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter. If they kick us out, which they are planning to do, we shall return and preach the same gospel. Now let's listen carefully. This publication is called DOJ issued unanswered call to action on Boko Haram. Now follow this very carefully. I want to let you understand what the Fulani Janjaweed are doing. I want you to understand that they are in concert with some Democrats and some apparatchiks in the US. I said the truth. People in the State Department in America, for many years, they have been bribed by the Fulani. For very many years, they took the same bribery to Obama. They gave money to Obama. They bribed the former US President Barack Obama. And right now, you will be shocked how I came to be in possession of this very critical information. And that is why Facebook is messing up. I don't want people to hear it, but people are listening all across a plethora of platforms. So it doesn't matter what you do. You must preach it. And why am I talking about Obama? I want to tell you that the agreement between the British and the Fulani has collapsed. And the only person that collapsed it is Trump. I want the world to understand this. The only person that collapsed that devilish arrangement whereby the Fulani have been guaranteed in perpetuity, the advancement of their hegemonic interest right across the whole of West Africa, not just in the zoo. As long as Britain gets their free oil, as long as there is enough money to pay every successive director of the United States Department of State, as long as there is enough money to bribe all ambassadors coming to Abuja. Before that, it was Lagos. As long as they had enough money, they were prepared to do anything they like to kill as many people as possible, to run the government into the ground, to borrow like there is no tomorrow, to display their mediocrity at its very worst. Yet they remain in power. It was Obama that brought in Buhari before he died. It was the same cabal at the U.S. State Department. United States State Department in Washington. They bribed them, gave them huge sums of money, so that anything to do with Nigeria that comes to their desk, they'll say, no, Nigeria is too big to break. Oh, it's too big. There will be regional instability. Once you break Nigeria, there will be so much destabilization of 800 languages, 500 tribes, so much. And you keep telling them, but people are dying every blessed day. They'll tell you, oh no, it's not just possible. Nigeria is too big to fail. That is what they keep telling us. Do you know why they say that to us? That Nigeria is too big to fail? Because their pockets have been lined with money. Money that was meant to go to schools, to roads, to hospitals. Nigeria Fulani are using to bribe diplomats. They are using it to bribe people inside the United States Department of State that now Pompeo is heading. Fact. As I said, how we came across this. Let's continue very, very slowly. Now, this is a publication by a highly regarded investigative journalist, J.C. Derrick. He was trying to argue in 2016, why did it take so long for the Democrats to label or to tag Boko Haram as a terrorist group, having seen what they have been doing to people? If you compare that to how IPOB was tagged a terrorist group without weapons, having not carried out not one single terrorist attack, and the speed with which they got it, that will tell you all you need to know about the influx of the Janjaweed into our lands today. Listen very carefully, please. The Department of Justice that is DOJ forcefully argued the United States government should designate the Nigerian group Boko Haram a foreign terrorist organization in January 2012. Nearly 2 years. Nearly 2 years before the State Department finally acknowledged this threat. In other words, as Boko Haram were killing and bombing and massacring people, those people in the United States State Department, in the payroll of Fulani, not Fulani, but Fulani, kept blocking every move to designate or recommend that Boko Haram should be designated a terrorist group. Mind you, most of them are white people. They took bribe from the Janjaweed. The people are coming to kill everybody in the south. They took money from them in order to delay the designation of Boko Haram as a terrorist group. Now listen carefully. The documents obtained shows that Obama administration officials recognized that Boko Haram was very, very deadly. But under Hillary Clinton, they refused to acknowledge the damage that Boko Haram was doing on people. Even as the victims were multiplying, as they were bombing and killing Christians in the north, Hillary Clinton did nothing. Obama did nothing. And when they got the report to designate them a terrorist group, they said no. I am heading somewhere. That is why I want to build this as a background. We are heading somewhere. That's the place we are going to. And in a short while, you will see how we shall arrive at the destination of ours. DOJ, that is the Department of Justice, the USA, sent the documents to Senators Chuck Grassley, Republican, Iowa, David Vita of Republican Party in Louisiana. In response to the letter of inquiry they jointly sent to the Attorney General, Loretta Lynch, in September. Among a list of requests, the senators asked for all relevant communications. Listen, asked for all relevant communications regarding the years-long process to officially designate Boko Haram as a terrorist group. Why did they ask for those documents? Because the senators realized that money had exchanged hands. Some people were reluctant in the State Department to recommend the designation of Boko Haram as a terrorist group. Due to that very reluctance, the senators wanted to know, why did you delay? When no, should I say, useful answers were forthcoming, they decided to ask for all the documentation between Nigeria and the State Department to be made available to them. Listen carefully, please. Very, very carefully. One document was the then Attorney General was Eric Holder. He wrote a letter to the Secretary of State, John Kerry, approving or asking them to designate Boko Haram as a foreign terrorist organization in October 2015. The other was a January 2012 letter from the then Assistant Attorney General, Lisa Monaco, making the case against Boko Haram. The Department of Justice, according to the letter that Monaco wrote, strongly supports any efforts by the Department of State to begin the FTO, which is Foreign Terrorist Organization designation process against Boko Haram. Now, FTO designation is significant because it triggers investigations into terror financing, allows the placement of sanctions on group members and those who support them, like Ali Ndume, all the Fulani supporters of Boko Haram, and enables increased cooperation between U.S. authorities and the military. Now, Monaco's letter was dated January 26th. That was after the Boko Haram killed nearly 185 people in Kanu alone. But they found time to tag IPOB a terrorist movement. That is why we must see their moves and their plans. If you are intelligent, you will understand what the zoo is trying to accomplish. You will understand the way they operate. You will come to appreciate how determined they are in order to stop us from having Biafra and freeing other people as well. Now, Monaco later became Obama's Homeland Security and counterterrorism advisor, when she advised that the rate of violence is only increasing. Now, in the US then, they have designated nearly 70 foreign terrorist organizations. They have categorized them as terrorist groups over a period of 20 years. And counterterrorism experts say Boko Haram was unusually controversial. Now, do you understand? The same people that said that there's over 70 groups as terror groups, when it came to Boko Haram, you know what they said? They said, oh, we're not going to designate them as a terrorist group. Do you know why? Because it's only going to give them increased publicity, as they are busy massacring people all over the place. Now, prior to their discussion, they knew that Boko Haram had formed transnational terrorist groups like Al-Qaeda. And this is the people now coming with their men in our land. Those you're seeing now in our villages, Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb, ISIS in West Africa, and Saudi. These are the people now in our villages waiting for others to unleash mayhem. And you know what this document said? As far back as 2012, it said that their mission was to spread violence across West Africa. So what is happening today in our land? The well-planned, well-orchestrated move to push Janjaweed fighters into the south was recognized in the USA in 2012. In 2012, what you're seeing today was highlighted in 2012 in the USA. Now the question is, why did it take so long to designate Boko Haram as a terrorist group? Even then, Senator Grassley, a Republican, that's the one thing about Republicans, they're always on the path of, I wouldn't call it righteousness, of doing things right. Some people don't know that he was a Republican, Abraham Lincoln, that put an end to slavery in America. Not a Democrat, a Republican. And you know the funniest thing, it was the Democrats who were the ones that used to own slaves in America. Senator Grassley asked them, why are you delaying? He wrote that these delays must be stopped before another attack needlessly destroys the lives of innocent civilians. A Republican senator asking Obama's administration, asking Hillary Clinton Why are you delaying in designating Boko Haram? Because they have taken money. Now, that is the background. Let us look at what happened earlier today, or should I say yesterday night. And before I do that, there is a picture, because they have all these people. They have, when Britain planned to replace Buhari, the dead Buhari, with body doubles and Jubril and all the rest of Britain was in on it. Not the administration of Boris Johnson, I must say. Boris Johnson doesn't want anything to do with it. That is why I am confident the zoo is collapsing this year. Boris Johnson doesn't want to be tainted with such how can I put it, such abominable crime against democracy. He's an white man. Boris Johnson is a typical U.S. conscientious Republican senator. He doesn't want to be taken, he doesn't want his name associated with the fraud going on in Nigeria right now. He said he doesn't want a part of it. He doesn't want anything to do with it. That is why they are panicking in the zoo right now. As I'm talking to you, they are listening to me and they are panicking because they know that I know that the zoo is over. That was a picture I sent to Amaka earlier. You have all seen it before. This is the picture. This is the reason why. For two reasons. One, this is why Bukola Saraki is not being prosecuted for corruption and embezzlement of funds. This very picture. This same picture is the confirmation that all of them in the government, they know that Buhari is no more. Everybody knows that. Even that cockroach that stops Buhari from entering his office as they claimed in 2017, that same cockroach even knows. Look at that picture. Amaka, please try and publish that picture. Tell me if this boy here with Bukola Saraki is Buhari that you know. Now, due to our consistency and determination, the whole world now knows that Jubril replaced the dead Buhari, and that even Jubril himself is no more. Are you aware of that? You know that Jubril is God is dead as well. Are you aware of it? Now, look at this boy with Bukola Saraki. Every intelligence agency in the world, including Israel, they know that Buhari is dead. Every intelligence in the world, they know. It is Britain, every administration since the coming in of the dead Buhari in Britain had supported this fraud. This fraud was supported by Britain. Look at that boy and tell me if this little boy here, maybe the age of our last born, tell me if this boy is Buhari. Look at the way he's looking to Saraki, because Saraki knows. That is why they cannot prosecute him. When Saraki, remember, there was so much talk about Saraki going to prison, that they would jail him. He was a Senate president. He was giving Buhari a hard time. I'm sure you all remember. Ask yourself, why didn't EFCC continue with Bukola Saraki's investigation? It is because of this picture. I want this picture everywhere. Look at the picture. That is why, because Saraki said to them, any day you write to me again or tell me nonsense of prosecution, I will tell the whole world that this boy you told me is Buhari, this little boy I'm looking at here that I saw in the mosque, I will tell the whole world he's not Buhari, that Buhari is dead. That was why they left me alone. Have you asked yourself why they left me alone? He was in PDP. They're not prosecuting PDP people. Have you asked yourself why they left Bukola Saraki alone? Because of this little boy. And I ask everybody in the zoo, even the most foolish idiots in the zoo, including pigs and swines, I want you to look at this picture and tell me, all of you people talking about, is Buhari, what they are saying, what Nnamdi Kanu is, I want you to look at this picture and tell me that this is Buhari. Because this is the very reason why, despite years of looting and I'll say outrageous. I would say rampant stealing by Bukola Saraki. He is not facing the threat of jail. None whatsoever. You can see the reason why. He knows they brought him in, and he said to them, this was what I was saying to Biafran politicians, if you are under threat by these people, just make a statement, give it to lawyers abroad, and say, if anything happens to me, my lawyers release this information. That's all, they'll leave you alone. They are busy like in jail for no reason. Look at Saraki, he played his cards very neat. This was the picture he used. And told EFCC, if you come close to my house again, if you attempt to write to me, I will tell the world that this boy is not Buhari. They left him alone. And everywhere they know. Everywhere they know. Look at that picture. Look at that very picture and tell me that this is Buhari. I want anybody, including that useless girl, for even whatever rubbish she's called. That journalist, that useless, stupid, hopeless girl. Yoruba girl. That had the guts to stand up and to challenge our assertions. I want even the dumbest fool in the zoo to look at this picture and tell me that this is Buhari. This was how, you know, when you play, you have get out of jail card. This was how, this is his own get out of jail card. This is it. Once if in trouble, let me give you the expo tonight. If you are in trouble now, you are a politician in jail. Right now, try and look for a means to contact an external lawyer. Use this very picture, as Bukola Saraki did. They will release you tomorrow morning. You will be released tomorrow morning. Look at this picture. I want even the most foolish person alive that ever met Buhari, the real Buhari, to look at this very picture and tell me that this is Buhari. Just tell me this boy is Buhari. This is somebody that they gave to a Senate president then. A Senate president, the custodian of the conscience of the people. They said to him, this is Buhari don't die, please, but we'll give you this boy. And that was the day his day was right. All the noise coming from EFCC was pure bunkum rubbish. Any politician in the zoo who can stand on his 2 feet to say to hell with you, those ones are not being investigated by EFCC. Those who are in prison are those who are too frightened to say the truth. Is this boy Buhari? I'm asking you. No, he's not. And do you know why they got away with it? Do you know why they can bring Nama, ordinary Nama cow, and say this is Nigeria president or is Buhari? Even people will mold cow birthday cake and give to the cow. That is how foolish some people are. And that is why I hate Nigeria. I hate it every fiber. I despise it. Have you seen what they're doing? I want every politician to take this picture. Tomorrow, call your lawyer, give your lawyer the picture. And say, if you don't release me from here, I will tell the world what I know. Then you'll be released. Because they know this is not Buhari. That is how your mates are out of prison, but you are in prison. Because you don't have the metal. You don't have the balls to stand up and say, enough is enough. Is this boy Buhari to you? I want Yoruba media to be tweeted tonight. Ask them, is this boy Buhari? A simple question. Channels TV, is this boy Buhari? Daily Trust editor, is this boy Buhari? Guardian newspaper, is this boy, little boy, is he Buhari? This boy here with is he Buhari? That your personal Buhari? The answer is no. Then where is Buhari? He's in a grave in Saudi Arabia. And instead of people to focus on bringing the zoo down, they sent their agents to try to distract us. We are focused back on the things that matter, which is to collapse and give everybody freedom, including those Hausa massacred now as I speak in Southern Kaduna to give everybody hope and freedom. Not just Biafrans, I said everybody. Some of them who are slaves in Yoruba land in Kwara can go with the Janjaweed if they want. Freedom for all, not just for Biafra, for everybody. That is what IPOB is about. That is what I represent. Not subjugation. The freedom, I mean absolute and total freedom for everybody. That the world may know that even in Africa there are some people that still possess some thinking faculty. Now, having gotten away with murder, do you see how the zoo in Nigeria made it possible for the world to delay recognizing Boko Haram as a terrorist group? Whereas it was the Igbo governor also with Ohanezel, they were the ones who invited Abakia to proscribe IPOB. They and his group with Igbo governors invited. Oh my goodness. I don't want to mention Sabo tonight. The governors, they invited them, come and they proscribe. They want to get a result, had a meeting and prescribe. But Boko Haram, to tell you how ingenious the Fulanis are, they even went as bribing white Americans in America, because they were the ones that set up Boko Haram to fight Jonathan, to make life horrible for Jonathan's organization. Fulani were busy bribing people in America, bribing them to make sure that Boko Haram is not recognized as a terrorist group. Whereas that is how things are always in Biafra land. I don't know the type of people who are there. Even in our own case, we have no guns, nothing, not even ordinary catapult. It was our own people that went and called them to come and prescribe. What does that tell you about your suffering and your pain? That's why I said that God wants to teach people a lesson, a very bitter lesson, so that in the next 200 years, the story will be told when they say, oh, why, Daddy, why do we have a mosque in our village square? Then they will say, your ancestors, they refer to Modo. They sold us out. Your governors, they sold us out. That's why they are here. You think you can cheat God? You think you can be this wicked and you cheat God? You're dreaming. Now we come to the crux of the matter. Why I keep telling you with every certainty that the zoo is gone this year. That was before President Trump signed this executive order. It's on my page. Some of you have not read it very well. As you know, with the zoo, people only go for headline. That's after the headline is all over. They don't get the substance of the article. But I'll try to do so for you. Donald Trump yesterday, listen carefully please, signed an order. Signed an order yesterday directing that State Department. I told you, when I said the whole world, listen to it. Some of you think it's a joke. Remember, I've been preaching that the problem we have is the American ambassador in the zoo, successive ones, not just the new lady that came. And I also told you that the State Department, people, oh, don't say it. You are, I said rubbish. As long as it is the truth, I must speak it. It doesn't matter who is affected. Once it is the truth, I'm under divine instruction. And I will speak truth always. Even if that truth leads to my death, you must speak it. You must speak the truth always. And I did. I told you live on air. State Department in America, we've been going to USA. Anytime we get too close to State Department, something will happen. Something will always happen. Senators are fine. Lawmakers, congressmen and congresswomen, they are fine. Anytime it's time to go to State Department, something happens. 4 times, meetings were arranged between me and officials of the State Department. Last minute, something will happen. You know that the laptop or something happened. I came back and I told our people in DC that something is wrong. Something is wrong there. Go and investigate it. Now this is what Trump has done. Listen, to tell the whole. When I get Biafra on Twitter, on social media, People who didn't go to school, they don't understand. They don't know how these things work. They have no, zoo is very, rather than actually enriching or enhancing your capacity to learn, what Nigeria does is to infuse in your brain what I call a primitive code of reasoning. Very primitive. And I feel sorry for them. Listen carefully, please. Trump signs order directing State Department, USAID, to take action on global religious freedom. Because, of course, they cannot say Biafra, because they cannot be seen as encouraging or seen to be encouraging the division of a country. That is a no-no, is a no-go area. So you can find any other flowery diplomatic language to wrap it around, but you cannot use the word break. You can't. Now listen. President Trump on Tuesday quietly signed an executive order directing the State Department to take more concrete that same State Department. Remember, directing the State Department to take concrete action in countries identified as violating religious freedoms. For example, you know who we're talking about. Assigning $50 million to support such efforts. For the first since 1960. Since 1960, the well-crafted British engineered Palestine hold on U.S.-Africa foreign policy. Since 1960, that is what God is marvelous. This Elohim we worship is immense. People, you don't know how far we have gone, do you? You have no idea. You have no clue. You don't know how big IPOB is. I laugh at on social media. I laugh at the fools. Listen carefully. There is a well-coordinated effort run by the British. The British, all these years, they've had the US in their pocket. Once America wants to say, but Britain say, no, don't mind that, everything is okay. And they will listen. But for the first time since 1960, we have broken it. And this was how it happened. As a result of our tenacity and consistency, because I never let it go. As I'm telling you now, you see as a rock, it has got, just do as you're told. The consistency of IPOB and other conscientious bodies in the world, especially in the USA, have come together to break that very yoke, that burden that Britain placed on all of us through Fulani. My only hope is that EU will follow suit shortly. Our coordinated diplomatic construct is working. You cannot say it is diplomacy. It's like Twitter. You don't say it. Oh my goodness, it is deadly. I can assure you. It is working. It is an expensive business, but it is working. Why do I say that? Let me read the executive order for you that Trump actually signed yesterday in the White House. By the authority vested in me as president, by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered. Please follow carefully. It is hereby ordered, Section 1. Religious freedom. America's first freedom is a moral and national security imperative. Religious freedom for all people worldwide, not America anymore. They have now gone into the world. Worldwide is a foreign policy priority. For the first time, is a priority for Trump. Priority for State Department. Priority. And the US will respect and vigorously promote this freedom. As stated in the 2017 National national security strategy, our founders understood religious freedom not as a creation of the state, but as a gift of God to every person and a right that is fundamental for the flourishing of society. Do you know when we went to America? We meet officials and they will say to us, oh, that is only stars and headers. They are clashing. I said, no. Ask those that went to, I will say, no, it's not farmers. It is Islam against Christianity and other religions. They said, no, it's farmers. There is a problem. There is a drought. I said, no. I proved it to them that it is a well-organized, well-funded, well-coordinated Islamic onslaught on the South. Meeting after meeting. Meeting after meeting. In some cases, we'll be in Washington for a week. Meeting after meeting. The same thing. I never changed. The same view. All I will tell them is nothing to do with farmer header clash. No. These people are coming to take our land, to burn churches, to destroy our way of life. And now it has gotten to the main man himself, and his side says that. We'll continue. Now, Trump said, I am going to prioritize international religious freedom. He gave them time. He said, within 180 days from yesterday, that's why I said, within 180 days from the date of this order, from yesterday, 180 days from yesterday, the Secretary of State shall, in consultation with the administrator of the United States Agency for International Development, that's USAID, develop a plan to prioritize international religious freedom in the planning and implementation of United States foreign policy and in the foreign assistance program of the Department of State and USAID. He is not giving order direct to State Department. Do you know who they are? They're the ones that ship ambassadors all over the place, including one in the zoo. They must now prioritize this. Whereas before, every diplomatic dispatch from Abuja to Washington has always been, oh, it's a farmer clash. Fine, no more. It will not be investigated. If once an ambassador says it's farmer clash, it will be investigated. That was what we achieved. I give Elohim the glory. But we worked tirelessly hard for this to come to pass. Listen very carefully, please. This executive order, if you don't know, calls for the advancing international. And it is now asking the State Department to fund programs that promote and protect religious freedoms abroad. How do you protect against the Janjaweed? AK-47. We'll come to that later. Trump continued. Foreign assistance funding for international religious freedom. The Secretary shall, in consultation with the Administrator of USAID, budget $50 million every year to support those who are fighting for religious freedom and a breakaway from the suffocating influence of what I can only call religious tyranny. Religious tyranny. That's what it is. That's what it is. To help ensure that such groups, listen, they said, we are giving you this money. We want you to use it to make sure that distinct communities are protected, to promote accountability, so that those who are perpetrating them will be held to account. All this is a way promoting like El Rufai. Those funding, he's gone, he's finished. He's finished. He's gone. All the people that are supporting, you know what he said? We paid them in Southern Canada to stop killing people. That was the end of him. Once the virus finishes, he's in big business because of this thing that Trump signed. All the perpetrators, all those that support people who go about murdering and slaughtering people because of religion, he's a gunner. He's a gunner. Maybe he will run to Dubai. And I know that's what they're going to do. Once the zoo collapses this year, they will run to Dubai. That's what I know. This money, USA though, this money is going to go towards improving safety and security in churches, especially in the middle belt. So if by this time next year, USA is not giving this money to protect churches in Benue and in Kogi, there's something wrong. It is here. In case you don't know, it is here. It's written in black and white. In black and white. Now, you must ensure that every faith-based and religious entities, including those in foreign countries, are not discriminated against on the basis of religious identity or religious belief. You cannot anymore. No longer it is you. From yesterday. No more. They will now be held accountable. Now, this order also calls for diplomats. So, as I told you before, because I told you that they listen to us. They listen to IPOB. They listen to Radio Biafra. They do. Radio Biafra is international. And I want to prove to you tonight that they listen. Do you know what Trump said? Trump didn't just write this thing and say, okay, go and implement it. He said, no. This order calls for diplomats to increase efforts in raising concerns that are now asking the US ambassador in the zoo any kind that is an atrocity in Nigeria. You must raise it. You must query. You must ask what is going on. Do you understand it? Do you now understand it? They can no longer pretend nothing is happening. The heads of all agencies shall, when appropriate in coordination with the Secretary of State, raise concerns. You must tell us. This is the body language. You must let us know what is happening. Unlike what has obtained in the past. Now, do you know what they said? Oh my goodness, Trump, unbelievable. Do you know what happened? Because of what you've been saying, he now said, maybe the officers don't have training on how to report on all these things. You know what Trump said? Trump said there's going to be training for all officials. Department of State, that's same people stopping us from moving forward. All their employees in foreign affairs will now undertake training modeled on the international religious freedom training described in a particular section they have in their law that they made in 1980. Within 90 days of him signing this order, the heads of all agencies, listen, that assign personnel to positions, in other words, those who assign duties, diplomats, or the rest of us overseas, shall submit a plan to the president through the assistant to the president for national security affairs, detailing how the agencies will incorporate the type of training described in this particular executive order into the training that they have every blessed day, especially those abroad. They have to make laws. The man sat down and talked about this long and hard. Why is it that when people are being killed, I'm not hearing about it? Why? Why? People say he's a racist, but he's not. Trump is not. What he's doing is to save people abroad, especially in Africa, especially in the zoo called Nigeria. You know what Trump said? Maybe you don't have the training for this. Incorporate this reporting in your training, so next time when evil is happening, you report it to us. Because they listen to what we're saying. Now, do you understand it? Within 90 days, he said to them, so within 90 days, I expect the US ambassador to be reporting back exactly what is happening. What is happening? This is astonishing. Astonishing. There is this bit here, section 6. It is incredible. You must develop recommendations to prioritize the appropriate use of economic tools to advance international religious freedom in countries of particular concern. And what are those countries of particular concern? Chineke no nyebere. Who are those? Hey, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Of course, Nigeria is there. It's number 2. Number 2. Number 2. The Secretary of the Treasury. This is section 60. In consultation with Secretary of State, may consider imposing sanctions under Executive Order 13818 of December 2017, which, among other things, implements the Global Magnitsky Human Rights Accountability Act. Is a public law that they have. You know what it means? Buratai, Aisha Buhari, Yusuf Buhari, all those that stole money, all this Batinubu, that is a mess. Do you know why these people have gotten away with murder? Do you know why they get away with murder all the time? They have never had people like IPOB confront them. That is why I said we are more educated than all of them put together. All of them, we are more learned than all of them put together. We understand the law and we make use of it. That is why they cannot convict us in their court. No, it's impossible. Because we know the law. You see, Aisha must go to prison. Brother, of course, that one is gone. It's no longer coming back. You, all of them that stole money, Aisha, your entire family, Yusuf Buhari, the 4th richest boy in Africa, richest man in Africa, stolen money. Idiots will not see it all. But I mean, they're all going to prison. The law is very clear, it's here. Any day they enter USA, our lawyers will ask the authorities, are you aware of this particular and what are you doing about it? They are in a very serious mess. Now they have described countries of particular concern that they have. And it is incredible, very, very, very incredible. Do you know who those countries are? Now listen. The president's order yesterday follows the publication in April of the U.S. Commission on International Religious Freedoms. Remember that annual report that we published everywhere? People thought it was nothing. You know, they don't read documents. People don't read because of the very gossipy nature of the political climate. Is a climate that feeds on gossip, not on facts and figures, only gossip. Because when this particular report was published in April, it was widely circulated. Remember, this independent group, now mapped out countries that need to be looked at. That needs to be looked at, of course. For 2020, you know what they said? They recommended a new designation for Nigeria. Nigeria is number 1 on the list. Oh dear me. Oh dear me. This particular legislation imposes sanctions on foreign individuals. Aisha Buhari, Buratai, of course, Abakari is dead. Tinubu, El Rufai. That is what it says here. It imposes sanctions on foreign and entities responsible for human rights abuses. Finished. Finished. It is here. Very clear in black and white. Now, that is the work we have been doing that you may not have seen and you cannot see it. It's only when results like this come out that we can tell you. All that time you see us in the US, that's what we've been battling and discussing. Others are doing the same thing as well. It's not only us who are being killed, others are doing the same thing as well. That is why when you are together and you create pressure or you make so much noise about something that is righteous, people listen to you. That's how the world works. That is why we must be on Twitter. That is why we must be on social media. That is why we must keep on every blessed day. He's in America. He took picture. Have you seen it? We have broken this IPOB. We have broken the Fulani Janjaweed corrupt stranglehold in the U.S. State Department is broken by this executive order yesterday. For years, they have bribed, lied, blackmailed U.S. diplomats into believing that if you go abroad and want to lobby, they will say to you, oh, no, but it's a Fulani, go and bring them. That's bribery working. That's why they keep borrowing money every day, to keep bribing, including Facebook as well. Fulani war chest, as of today, is $22 billion. And they have gone even to go and borrow more money. You think they're borrowing it to pay teachers and nurses and doctors? No. It's to maintain their stranglehold on the zoo. And if the zoo falls, at least they'll have some money to start life over again. Fulani war chest is huge. They use monopoly, like having. They use what I call state interventionist policies, like the banning of stockfish from Aba, no more. Textile, no more. Obasanjo did that one perfectly well. No textiles in Aba. Second-hand clothing, no more. No stockfish. Whereas before, we can go to Iguacha and bring in container into Aba, no more. Closed, sealed. Economic strangulation. So that all the wealth, all the concentration of the, if you want to make money, you go to Lagos, or you go to Abuja, you go to Kanu, or you go to Kaduna, you go to Zaria, you go to Sokoto, or you go to Bauchi, or maybe Meduguri. A deliberate economic policy that some people cannot see, that makes me wonder why people still talk about one Nigeria if you're a Biafran. I don't understand it. If water seaport is not working, Calabar seaport is not working, and Mechi is busy building a rail line between Ibadan and Lagos so they can make him president. He's not. Sarawiwa tried it and they ended up killing him. Do you see how they roll? Do you see how they have managed to make you poor? To hold you down in perpetuity. And those are the chains IPOB is breaking. But sadly, some traitors cannot say it. You cannot see it. Look at what they are doing. All the money spinning and lucrative sectors of the economy, you only have Janjaweed, the Fulani there. Is it a surprise? NNPC, customs, the oil sector, anywhere that money is coming in mining, everywhere there is money, you have Fulani there. You think they're doing it because they love you or they want to serve in office? It is called economic stranglehold. They're holding it. The same way they held America since 1960. It's only this year that we broke it. This year, all these years we've been working. I called it diplomatic stranglehold. I would destroy the zoo diplomatically. And it hasn't happened. Did you not hear me when I said I used the phrase diplomatic strangulation? Didn't you hear me? Didn't you hear me when I said it? Is it not happening now? Is it not happening now? I'm asking you. Hey, Elohim is in heaven. When I say Elohim, forces of darkness, they flee. I must call upon the Most High. NNPC, everywhere there is money, you see Janjaweed, they are there. They're telling about one Nigeria. He must dominate you. They want to dominate everybody. But what are you doing? You are destroying people, not dominate. You destroy. Because listen to the psyche of an average zoo animal. Because if you're a Nigerian, you're a zoo animal. Let me tell you why you're an animal. You killed Biafran people, 5 million. Because you claim, of course, firstly, of course, that Nzogo carried out an Igbo coup and killed a few northern officers. Is that correct? How many was killed? Very few. Good. How many people have died under the rulership of these Janjaweed people since Buhari took over? How many people? These are people who paid. El-Rufai paid money to terrorists. They said they're from Mali, from Chad, from Niger. He said, I paid them. our misguided brothers. A president so-called calling terrorists his misguided brother, or his brothers, so to speak. And you all forgave him, if I'm to go by the rubbish you're doing in the zoo, and you voted for him again. How many people have they killed? How many? Who created them? Who are their sponsors? These are the people that named Buhari at one point as the chief negotiator when he was alive. He was the one that said an attack against Boko Haram is an attack against the North, which Tinubu paid Google to remove. But we have the picture caption. You forgave them. Voted for them again. But you cannot forgive a Igbo man because an Igbo man led a coup that killed less than 50 people. But you can forgive a man that is presiding over the wholesale slaughter of villages in broad daylight. Do you see how warped the brain of a Nigerian is? Do you see why I hate the word? That name Nigeria makes me sick. Not to have when a fool says new Nigeria. I want to start vomiting. This is why I hate Nigeria. You can forgive a man that came out and said, Boko Haram are my brothers. They are misguided. If you attack them, you are attacking me. Yes? You can forgive such a man and claim to have voted for him again and say he's a good man. Legendary Zoological Republic. They are now lamenting. Those that said Igbo man would, they are now lamenting. Why? That is the saying where we come from. Some people thought that we have to try and be against. We are fighting our freedom here. You have to do well to be seen to be against your own flesh and blood. I said flesh and blood, the same DNA. The whole Niger Delta nonsense. People raised with money stolen from abandoned properties. Shame! Shame! Because of shame. They can't come out because there's something called Oriko. I don't know if some of you who are versed in our ways and our traditions. You can't steal from your brother and come and dine with him. You will die. Is what is holding some of them. So when you see them say, please forgive them, it's ignorance and fear. One day they will apologize. One day they will apologize. But that doesn't mean anybody saying they're foolish. I'm being honest with you. You are. Look at it here. Do you know why I say you're foolish? Look at the same reason why you chose the name Niger Delta is to give the impression that oil is coming from our land. Let's look at what's happening in the zoo. Pandev wrote letter. It's now a thing of joke. You are begging. You're no longer strong, though. When it comes to Biafra issue, to Igbo issue, to uniting our people, you'll be running your mouth like a bomb through the pipeline. You'll be gushing oil, you'll be running your mouth like a fool. You run your mouth against those running NPC. You cannot. You can't, because you're a coward. All of you are. Now listen very carefully to this. These are the names of the people who are managing NNPC. They said, this is what we are avoiding. We don't want an Igbo man to dominate us in Biafra. He will dominate everything. Now I want to ask them, in Nigeria, you not being dominated by the Fulani? Are you not? Are you that foolish? You can no longer see? When it comes to Biafra, every idiot, go to those with fake names, those with fake accounts from everywhere, they will crop up the writing rubbish. Of course, mind you, most of them are fake accounts run by Fulani people. I must warn everybody before you start, getting high blood pressure over it. Those are people from Fulani or those fathered by them during the war. This was the trick they played with Hausa people. Oh, we are Hausa Fulani. When there is nothing like Hausa Fulani, absolutely nothing. A Fulani man is different from Hausa man. Different in every way. Hausa Fulani. How evil Fulani is. They hide behind the Hausa and the Hausa language and committing all manner of atrocities. Is that also Fulani? The same thing they're doing. Oh, your Niger Delta, don't agree. Your name is, don't agree. Don't agree. This is your fans. Don't agree. Now, we want to go and check and see who is running the lives of Niger Delta people. We want to see. Check for them, they can hear it. Oh yeah. Now, listen. The death of my country, he's not from Niger Delta, mind you. He was the group managing director of Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation. That same NNPC that led some people to say we don't want to be part of Biafra. Yes? Who was managing it before? My country, but not Tamo Tonje. Because here I preach the truth. But most of them they prefer to be pipeline security guard. That's their contract from Jonathan's time. 400 million naira every year contract. Poverty is a disease. It's a very big disease. Very big disease. A review of the top 20 executive positions in the corporation NNPC, the same NNPC that made some people to deny who they are, the same NNPC that made some people to say we are Nigerians, we are not Biafrans. The same NNPC. And who is in charge of NNPC? Are you listening to me? The group marketing director is Melek Yari. Chief Finance Officer Umar Aliyah. Chief Operating Officer Yusuf Usman. Chief Operating Officer Corporate Services Farouk Garba Said. Chief Operating Officer Refining and Petrochemicals Mustafa Yakubu. The list goes. It sounds like a list from Dubai. After going through all these names, I kept asking myself, are you sure? Are they Africans? Are they Africans? These people here. Musa Lawan, Omar Ibrahim, Mustafa Yakubu, that I can even understand. Abdul Kader Ahmed. Are these African names? It sounds Arabic. It's like something you hear when you travel to Oman or maybe to Kuwait. These people are lost. They are Africans. Look at their names. None of them here is from the so-called Nigeria. And shame. They are not ashamed to come out in the open to antagonize people fighting for their freedom. No shame, no honor, no dignity. You'll be running your mouth like a damaged pipeline. Look at it. Are you here? How do you think you can get on the board of NNPC if you are not together as one people? How is that possible? Because Fulani knows if they go it on their own, they will not succeed. Fulani hid behind Hausa and called themselves Hausa Fulani as a political bloc. They became unstoppable. Can you reason? I'm asking can our people actually try to think for some time? You had Fulani started in the beginning to say Fulani. They only started shouting Fulani when they had gained foothold everywhere. As MS, as governors, as senators, as murderers, as terrorists. They now said, oh, we are now Fulani. Before, I think you used to call them a Hausa Fulani. It was this same Radio Biafra that told you, no, it's Fulani that is causing the damage. Now they're coming out from where they are hiding to say, we are now Fulani. We rule. Yes, and they have dumped Hausa. Hausa is down on the floor. Doing Babiala as usual. Doing Alimajiri as usual. Because what they want to do in our land was exactly what they did to the Hausa people. We will give you your leaders, your governors, your traditional rulers, your PGs. We will tell you who will be your PG in your village. So when we start to press you, you will have nobody to run to. And we shamefully we watch that rubbish. And as they are doing, so are they raising saboteurs everywhere. Sabo from everywhere. And I'm saying to Sabo, every saboteur, every traitor, every translator working for the zoo. It doesn't matter what your religion is. Look at Awasa. Awasa should teach you a lesson. What Fulani did to Awasa, they will do to you even worse. Look at the names here. That's something from as you're landing in Dubai, you hear all these names. They are the ones running Niger Delta. Niger Oil, Niger Delta. I don't know how people can hate themselves so much that they don't want to see the light. You don't want to see the light. Can't you see it? This is where they get the money to bribe American diplomats. From here. Because they need to, for you to pay a diplomat $1 million once they arrive, you have to have money now. How are they going to make it? They know maybe if a Yoruba man is here, maybe somebody from somewhere, if they say bring that money, let's bribe, you say no. But they plan themselves very well, arrange it very well. It's their job. Customs, they are there. Air Force is there. Everything you can think of, they are there. So they keep subjugating you, and you cannot see it. And you're busy. I'm from Niger Delta. I'm a Nigerian. I'm a Niger Delta. Hi. May Lord have mercy on your souls. Only 3 top positions we are allocated to the whole of the South. The rest is everything. What can you do? You maybe write a letter tomorrow from Pandev, Mr. President. Can I please beg you? But you cannot write to beg an Igbo man. But you can write to beg a Fulani man. Do you see how foolish? Do you see how inferior people have become? Do you see how inferior you are? Pandev is now behaving like a kindergarten that has been flogged many times. He said, "Oh, I want more." They flog you. Now you're there. You're no longer a PhD holder. You're no longer the Agaba of your village. Dear President, dear Mr. President, you are a good man. God brought you into power. You are doing very well. You love everyone. You are a father to all. Please, can you give us at least one position in NMPC? Sabo everywhere, saboteur. You see the price of sabotage. Niger Delta, when you look at this list of everybody in NMPC, do you see the price you're paying for sabotage of Biafra? Do you see it? Saruwa paid with his life. Fulani will come and twist your brain with the help of Yoruba media. They twist it very well. They polish your brain. They twist it. They twist it. And you think you've arrived. Until they deliver you. Do you see your brain? Now, Pandev, that the chairman is Edwin Clark. Now you're writing a groveling letter begging for position. Are you remembering your days of treachery? As some of your children are doing today. And my curse on you is that the same way you are begging for money, and I can't do it. I don't want to let him to upset with me. I don't want you to get upset with me. I can't curse you. I have cursed you. And said to you that your children will write letter to beg for and they will say what you're writing. When you were betraying Biafra, do you know that one day you'll be begging? All of you betrayers, we know who you are. All of you who are agents of the North, we know you. It doesn't matter how much noise you make or how important you feel. You are nothing. You are a simple Fulani agent. You are nothing. You're nobody. The same, what you're doing now was what Edwin Clark did in 67, 68, 70. Betraying his people. Today, he is now writing a letter begging, dear President, can you please consider one of our children to join the board of NMPC? There is nobody from here. What you're doing is not good. There is God. Oh, oh dear. Zoo. That is the life of a saboteur. I tell you the truth. Once you sabotage your people, this is the price you pay. I'm asking our people, I'm asking my fellow Biafrans from the coastal region, Melek Yari, Umar Aliyah, Yusuf Usman, Farouk Garaba, Said, Mustafa Yakubu, Hadiza Kumasi, Omar Ibrahim, Kalamu Abdullahi, Ibrahima Barman, Muti, Musa Lawan. Are they from your place? Do you recognize any of those names? Do you know why you recognize them? Because of sabotage, traitor. Treachery never pays. Treachery. You cannot betray your nation. And you hope that things will be well with you. It's impossible. You may be in Abuja as a washing car for one imagining. Thinking you've arrived. Thinking you've arrived. You are nobody. Look at what they're doing to you. Now you're writing letter. Has somebody said to Edwin Clark then, brother, one day you write letter to Bego, he will say no. Igbo man is my problem. He was a traitor. Hardcore traitor. As you have them today. In the same place. The same place. The same traitors. The same. They never change. They are in the same place. The same traitors. Every day. Treachery upon treachery. Every day. They never learn. They never learn. They can never learn. For two. Let me tell you what. This is for. I'm not that. That's a Biafra thing. I want to give you the story of Hausa. Hausa, they are Muslims, genuine ones, not fake Muslim. They are genuine. You know, there is Islam that is instigated, or should I say, prompted by hunger. Islam, agro, hunger. These are people that knew Islam before the Fulanis came. And they behaved exactly as some of you are today doing, traitors and saboteurs, thinking that they are serving their family and doing very well. Now I want to use, they call themselves so Hausa Fulani, don't forget. In fact, they even put Hausa first before Fulani. Not Fulani Hausa, but Hausa Fulani. Let's see what is happening to you. Hausa. It has been happening for them for nearly 200 years. Hausa thought they were smart. The same that's happening now. When the Fulanis came in Gobe, they groomed saboteurs amongst the Hausa people. Exactly the same typical pattern. Our people don't listen because they don't read history. You don't understand. You are ignorant. An average Nigerian is a bundle of ignorance. No matter the level of degree they possess, they are useless, they are hopeless. Completely hopeless. I want to teach you what you don't know. I will teach you as if you're in a kindergarten, so you learn. I want to tell you there were those practicing Islam before the Janjaweed came. Before the vulture Udele led them from Futajalon to Gobe. A vulture led them. A vulture. That's to tell you how evil they are. A vulture led them to come to Gobe. They started by grooming some of the local Hausa people. Oh, let's start corruption. Your leaders are bad, though. They attack them. Then there was no Facebook or Twitter. Maybe the Twitter they had then was Furadu Nunu, that thing they used to carry Furadu Nunu. Oh, your leaders are bad, though. Don't. These are people who are so hardened. Fulani is so dedicated to their mission and their goal that they gave out their wives and their daughters to sleep with Arab slave raiders. Do you understand? The people you now have in Asorok, I'm giving you raw history that is priceless. Fulani you see in Asorok today to tell you how determined they are. When the Moors came, when the Arabs came to come and take slaves from Africa, because they were the first to come. It's not today that we started being stupid, black people from Africa. Our stupidity dates back to antiquity. They came to carry us. You will see maybe 2 Arab men. He will come and he will tie a whole village with one rope and lead them across the Sahara Desert. Oh dear me. even till today in America, they're kneeling on our neck and killing us. And I ask myself this question: why don't they kill Asians like that in America? What was black people? We'll get to that later. When they came, in order to protect themselves, as Aisha, they gave away their doctors, they gave them, and as Aisha is now doing prostitution inside that rock. That's what she's doing. For them to keep power in Nigeria, they forgot Quran. Everything Quran said is can go to hell. They now give Aisha to little boys inside that rock. That was what their progenitors did. They gave their daughters to slave raiders to go and give birth to children that is light skinned. Are you aware of that? And then became agents for the Arabs. Are you aware of that? There's something they are doing now. Anybody who comes, they will be agent for that person. If it's Britain, oh, no problem. If it's China, as it is now, China, no problem. And in America, that is the bastion of democracy right now in the whole world. You cannot get them to start colonizing people. You start bribing them to look the other way as impunity is happening. Now you understand. Now you know your history. I'm saying this so that the idiots in the so-called, not a few of them, very few. Very few. The so-called Niger Delta. I want to teach you a lesson. With what happened to Hausa people, they were Muslims. The Fulanis came, convinced them that their leaders were corrupt. Those useless Hausa people, this life is funny, helped the Fulanis to overthrow their own kings and rulers. And now, you know, funny enough, they are now servants to the Fulani emirs. Every emir in the north is a Fulani. They're serving them as Hausa people. Do you see how you brought slavery on yourself? The same thing with NNPC. The same thing now that Edwin Clark, God is miraculous. That's why Edwin Clark is that God kept him alive to humiliate him. Now he's writing a letter. Dear Mr. President, can you please help us? We have, this is bad. It's discrimination. A slave is something that Hausas are doing today. And not only that, they are not only doing it in Hausa land, the people that came, because those of them that they killed, I published on my page earlier, please, I can see if you can find them and post them again. Those that they are killing in southern Kaduna are Hausa people. But when their forefathers were betraying their kings and bringing the Fulani to overthrow them, they thought they were doing the right thing. But today, after 200 years, the sins of the fathers have been visited upon their children in southern Kaduna. Those they are killing are Hausa people. Those they are killing are Hausa people. And why are they killing them? Because their fathers betrayed 200 years ago. Because they routed the Hausas in 1804. In 1804, the Fulanis defeated the Hausas, completely defeated their kings. I said there's one Islam, purity, corruption, the same rubbish you have today. The same nonsense. If not the IPOB came and said to hell with you, you people are more corrupt than any other person. That's why they cool down. Since I started, have you seen them now come out again? Anti-corruption, this and that, because of IPOB. Because of that is why they are jealous. They know we are formidable. They know, they know how strong we are. They know, they understand it. Our adversaries, they know. Our enemies respect it. Since I started with the case of Audio Zakal, have you had EFCC is to probe anti-corruption? Have you heard it since then? Oh, dear me. That's why they don't. That's why they hate IPOB. They hate us so much. They hate us so much. Because we are formidable. I am telling our people, if you fail to key into Biafra, look at what is happening in Southern Kaduna. And what happened there anyway to start with? What happened in Southern Kaduna? Let's hear more. Not suspected. Fulani headsmen. Fulani, remember, they used to be called Hausa Fulani. That's the first part. So they are Hausa Fulani. But listen to Fulani, my God. Our people are so daft. Our people are so daft. So daft. And my boss says, message from heaven. Because as you hear it from my mother, it's gospel. Gospel. From heaven. Who is that? Who is it? I don't lie. And I'm at us, I don't lie. I don't fear any man. So why would I lie to you? I don't lie. I don't. Because you can't do anything to me. If I tell you the truth, you can't do nothing to me. You can't do anything to me. Let me tell you what 200 years of war of betrayal brought to Southern Kaduna. Late yesterday. Fulani headsmen invade Southern Kaduna community, hack women, children to death. This is a gift from 200 years ago. Betrayal. That's what they're still paying. Southern Kaduna. And somebody said, an eyewitness, we were just walking up when the headsmen came around 5 a.m. They came with weapons and started chopping people to death. It's not funny, but that's what Trump is against. You see that? Do you know the funniest thing? The U.S. ambassador will not relay this thing back to State Department in America. No, of course not. She has taken her own cash. That's why they keep borrowing. 40 billion here, 30 billion there, 80 trillion there. They keep borrowing. Because as they are Fulani thrives on terror, they can't fight a war. They are not warriors. They are not. Believe me, they are not. When Othman Danfodio came, Othman Danfodio convinced Hausa people to fight their kings. The Fulanis never fought the having monarchies of the Hausas. That is why I make the Hausa race is a very good race. They are good people. I keep saying it morning, noon, and night. Hausa people are good. Very, very good. Arguably the best people in West Africa. Hausa people are very good people. By nature, they are good. If you see any bad Hausa person, no, there is a Fulani blood in that person. No Fulani is nearby. Hausa people are good. Very good. Now, but we are foolish 200 years ago to have allowed the Fulani to come to defeat their kings. Today, they are paying. They are being hacked. Hacked to be... These people are evil. Fulani. And you say to a British diplomat, can't you see what is happening? Oh, no, it's water scarcity in the Sahel. And I said to the man, this terrorist put a knife to somebody's throat. He said, no, it's water resources. I thank God that Trump has listened and has done something about it. And we're not going to rest there because they'll be pumping more money to officials of State Department. They'll be pumping more money. They will hire even far more formidable consultants. They will do that. They'll go to PR agencies. They do everything. The CNN, their budget will increase. Look at the death of one man in America. The whole world is at a standstill. But people are being slaughtered every day like chicken. Every blessed day. Every day. Not one single protest. Not one. And when IPOB come out, he just, I think it's, you're protesting. You want to be killed. You're protesting. Go and bring your children to protest. You see, people. But nobody's asking those protesting all over the world, oh, go and bring your children now. Do you see the way a black man reasons? Do you see how warped? Do you see why we are slaves? Do you see why black? Because of the way we reason. The way a black man reasons is astonishing. Astonishing. I tweeted it earlier. I tweeted earlier that I endorsed the protest going on in America over the horrendous killing of George Floyd, which is dreadful. And the Nigerians protested. The death of a George, which is regrettable. Nigerians protested. And I'm asking Nigerians, who is going to protest the death of women and children from southern Kaduna? Do you see the hypocrisy of a black man, of a Nigerian? Hypocrisy of the highest order. Hypocrisy upon hypocrisy. Devilish people. When you tell them the truth, they look for one allegation and concoct and put on your head. That is how they are. Everything Nigerian is evil. Everybody who stands up and says, I'm a Nigerian, is an evil. God knows that person is the embodiment of iniquity. You are protesting in Abuja, protesting in Lagos for George Floyd. Who is going to protest the daily massacre of children? Oh, because they're not on is not a good, how can I put it? You have nothing to gain from it. You're not going to make your Facebook page nice. That is why God looked at Africa and said, I'll give you Biafrans. If they can stand on their own, I'll bring light into Africa. If not, you are doomed forever. You don't know how God works. Don't you know? God saw black Africa and said, you people are evil. But I will pity you. It's just like a diamond encrusted with death and mud. Go and look for it and wash it clean. That's what Biafra has to do. Without Biafra, you're all in darkness. From generation to generation, you're finished. Yeah, Nigerians protest at U.S. Embassy in Abuja. Can you believe that? When people are dying every day, every blessed day. George Floyd was killed, sadly, of course, by a law enforcement officer. But every day in your zoo, somebody is being shot dead at checkpoint for no reason. And you have not protested. Hey, this is black people. Black people. Oh dear me. Oh dear me. Oh dear me. This we never learn. How can we? Do you know that people in our land selling, people in our village selling land to Fulani for Ruga? They gave Mietiala 100 billion and they're spending it very wisely. They have their CEO everywhere. I mentioned Obunike. People is not Obunike. And what is that Nama doing there in Obunike? What is he doing there? Who lives there? Oh, they have come. They'll just sell the cattle. After a while, they go. And they're talking to children. We are kids, yes? I came armed with facts and figures from history. History that you cannot dispute. Look at all the idiots in Africa and all those making mouth about Biafra, origin of Biafra. Have not gone quiet. What do they know? Are their brains empty? They know nothing. Those asking us about boundary. Have you heard from them again? They've all gone to sleep because they are dumb. Their brains are empty. They think if you swallow half a dictionary and you're talking rubbish somehow, that confers upon you some degree of superior intellect. Doesn't make any sense to me. We all can speak very purified English, but it's for people back home to understand what we're saying. That was why we dumbed it down a little bit. That's all. We know what we're doing, and our message is sinking in, and that's the most important of all. In our land, they are selling it all. Your so-called PG and the Igwe, Eze, they are selling our land. They are now selling it to Fulani. And when you ask them, they deny. God, they deny it. They deny in broad daylight. You see men lying. There is a video evidence. You are looking at the video. You're looking at Igbo land. You're looking at cattle. Nama is there. And 5 years ago, there was no Nama there, no cow there. All of a sudden, there's a cow. Or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. And they are putting up structures. Oh, leave it. It's not in but it's in Obunike. Oh, yes, we have them, but not what you said. But can you see the video? Are you blind? Can't you see? Hey, we keep deceiving ourselves all the time. And now what is happening? As I will not tire of reminding you every day, I was in America, 2015. I asked for help to buy ammunition. And because I opened my mouth to ask our people for help, that made me a criminal. I said, but why? You didn't give me any money. I said, you shouldn't have asked in the first place. And now, I want to read this to you. It's called Penny Wise, Pound Foolish. Stupidity of the highest order. I told you about black people, including some Igbo as well. Our stupidity is legendary. Useless. We are hopeless. That is why every other part of the world is moving forward. And blacks are always falling backwards. I have asked this question before. It is very sad that George Floyd was killed. But have you asked yourself, why are Indians not being killed in America? Asians? Why are Chinese not being killed? Why are Latinos not being killed the way they're killing black? Why? And you're in the streets jumping up and down because of George Floyd. When black on black violence in America is oh my God, out of this world. The figures. Because we are blacks, we never tell ourselves the truth. The truth is so painful, you don't hear it. As black on black violence in America, have you ever rallied to stop it? Because of the way we reason. The presidents, this is according to Sun newspaper, the presidents general of town unions in the Southeast have asked the people to get ready to defend themselves. It's something I said in 2015. In 2015, I said it. In 2015. Now, those in the village are saying the same thing. Yet we don't learn. We don't learn. And how can God love you? How can you say that God will love you with this way of reasoning? Now, the PGs are now asking for defend yourself. So there's no organization, nothing. The families are organized. The Nigerian army is helping them. They've come equipped. They've had sleeper cells in our villages for 40 years. And he said, just like that, flippantly, go and defend yourselves. Just like that. And go and defend yourselves is how you're going to resist an army that is equipped, fighting with their agents on the ground. With their agents on the ground. Because those coming, they have friends in Biafra land. The danger with them, they have friends in Biafra land. They have friends. Their job is to divert your attention away from what really matters. With trivia, more or less. With nonsense. And some of you fall for it. They are gimmicks, they are games. They fall for it. You fall for it, rather. And that's why we are where we are today. Defend yourself. When your Azias have sold our land, your Igbos have sold our land, the same PG calling for self-defense has taken money. Who's going to defend us? My phone will not stop ringing. It's IPOB. Come, IPOB, come. And I keep asking them, how can I defend you without guns and bullets? How do you expect me to do it? How? But as I told them then, it's now too late anyway. It's now too late. Even the bishop has written, a man that I have immense respect for, Anthony Obinna. He's a good man. He has written. He's the Archbishop of Owerri, Roman Catholic Archbishop. You must go and defend it. Same theme. Go and defend yourselves. But I saw this thing in 2015. And I told you they are going to come. I was very certain. I said, they are coming. I didn't say maybe I saw a vision. I was in a dream. No, I didn't say any of those. I said, I know they are coming. It's in their nature. They will always come. If they fail, they will try again. That's how they are programmed. They're like a piece of software. It's wired in their DNA. They must come. Now, haven't they come? Have they? How come none of the saboteurs is making reference to what I said in 2015? Traitors. They can't. It will put them to shame. And he was in America said, no, that it's one Nigeria, that they have one hotel where prostitutes are lodging in Abuja. So because of that, it was a business. One has a FSU in Abulegba in Lagos. So why should I support Biafra or defend our home? But it has come. And I feel sorry for you. You are pompous and you are, why won't I be arrogant? Why am I pompous? Did I warn you? Did I not tell you before? What did you say? What did you say when I told you that they're coming? What did you say? What did you do? All you did was to betray, to go and call her back here to bring Buratai to come and kill as many of us as possible. There is a saying also where I come from, and there's no decay anymore. Has that ever occurred to you before? You've not heard about that before in the village. Let's kill the hero. Let's drown. Something that requires a hero to defend people has come. Now you start running around looking for a hero to defend you. You want to go to war with the Janjaweed. There is no general. You have no general and you want to go to war. Or you want somebody who works with them to lead you in battle. Like Afonja did in Ilorin. The pig is Afonja. You don't know? So you are stupid, you don't know? Somebody raised as a child of heaven. All of a suddenly you convert. Somebody from Biafra land converting to Islam. Come on, there is something wrong with you. Then you have an identity crisis. You don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. You know who you are. We must keep educating them. We have to. You are asking, you know how, let me, I said I will shred the zoo tonight. From everywhere. I'm not sparing anybody. Because it's the truth. Have you ever wondered why Iguacha Enugu Express Road is not motorable? Have you ever wondered why you cannot travel from Enugu to Onitsha? Have you? Do you know how many times the contracts for Owerri to Onitsha Road was awarded? Do you know why Owerri Road hasn't been built? Do you think they were not awarded? Is that what you think? Do you see that? I know there is marginalization, I know that. Do you think all these years, even when Jonathan was there, that no money was given for Enugu-Iguacha Expressway? The money was given. The people you call your leaders, they ate the money. But they're not criminals, so. No, of course they're not. But the person who is saying to you, prepare, Fulanis are coming, is a criminal. But the person that took the money meant for the reconstruction of Iguacha to Enugu Expressway is your leader. Do you know who took the money? Do you know? He's a cremado. So you don't know. So he's our leader. Why you say? But he was the one. You claim he's your leader, but he was the one that pocketed the money meant for Enugu to Iguacha Express Road. Why can't you understand? He was part of the people that took the money for Enugu to Onitsha. Are you deaf? Are you blind? Are you foolish? But he's your leader. He's an elite. He's your Igbo leader. Do you see why blacks are a bit strange, especially from Africa? They're a bit funny. Everything is upside down. Everything is upside down. Somebody said he's your representative. He is in the Senate. Money was allocated to build a road. They took the money, they put it in their pocket. He comes back to the village. He says he's your leader and you're hailing him. I'm asking you, are you not insane? Are you not foolish? Anytime you're traveling, having accidents and dying on Enugu-Iguacha Express Road, it's a premado that is the cause of it. Or you don't know. Or you pretend you don't know. You people, I mean, you people are funny. Very funny. Do you see the difference between you and white people? Do you now see the difference between Black Africa and Asia? Do you see the difference between Black Africa and South America? It's not that God made them any special. The only difference is how they reason. That's all. Simple common sense. They managed to get, it's called enlightenment, common sense. How they know how to reason properly. That this man, we give you money, which is commonwealth, to build a road that benefit everybody. You put it in your pocket, you must be a bad man. But in Africa, you're a hero. Do you see the difference? If I were to be a white man, and I'm in America or elsewhere in the world, I say to my government, danger is coming, there's going to be an invasion. Prepare. And they don't prepare, and that invasion happens. They'll come to me to ask me first, what do we do? How do we do this? That's how it's done. But in Africa, in the zoo, and I'm sad to say, in Biafra land, somebody saw death coming, saw danger coming, warned you, and that person is a thief, is a criminal, and he didn't give me any money, but he's a criminal. Just to see how blacks, even those in America, they have PhD from Princeton. That's how daft a black man is. Our stupidity is almost natural. How foolish we are is natural. Because they're in America, they're enlightened. They've studied, they've read. They're in a place where people are enlightened. Why would they reason like the British baboons in the Congo forest? I don't understand it. Now, somebody came to you and said, we are dying. Prepare because death is coming. You said no. That person is a thief. But the person that took the money that should build a road for us to connect us is a hero. And you're telling me that those people are normal. You're telling me somehow that you must be dreaming. That's how monkeys be. Even monkeys reason better than us sometimes. If I say that a monkey, a Calibos monkey in a zoo reasons better than some of our people in America, will you believe me? Will you believe me? People, we are in the 21st century. There is death coming. It has come anywhere. And all the time my phone is ringing. They are here. They are attacking. And didn't I warn you for how many years? That Yoruba churches will put you into trouble. Did I warn you? They will condition your brain. As they are killing you, you will see it, but you can't do nothing. Did I not warn you? Did I not warn you about Yoruba media? Did I not warn you? They will be slaughtering you. That was my friend is Kayode. We went to school at Ogogomaiko. But they'll be killing you. Kayode will not talk about it. Don't you know that? Don't you know? Did I not warn you? Somebody that came and warned you is a bad person. Do you see how blacks reason? I came to you and I said, oh, there's danger. There's fire burning. Fire is coming to your house. Please bring out your child. Fire is burning. It's coming. You say, oh, no, you're a thief. No, I won't come out. You're a thief. And then you saw the arsonist, people pouring petrol or whatever, and inflammable liquid and accelerant to burn. Now, when the thief now came, set your house on fire, you don't say, hey, I tell you, thank you very much. You're a good man. You're a leader. Hey, black people from Africa, God forbid. God. Such stupidity we possess is incredible. Incredible stupidity. You're protesting for George. Look at that woman slaughtered in Southern Kaduna. Who protests for her? Black people. Africa. And you want God. You are full of hypocrisy. Hypocrite. Instead of you to come out and say, oh, please, we are sorry. Nnamdi Kanu, oh, we apologize. We are sorry. We are foolish. You try to cover up your foolishness. You want us to give you our money. They're in your village. You know the funny thing about now? We are writing all our history, measuring all your names. So when in time to come, the same way we remember Ifajina, we will write all your names down and say, these are the Sabo. You and your lineage cannot come to Biafra land to start with. It doesn't matter how much mouth you make on Facebook. It doesn't matter how much mouth you make. You can't come home. You cannot. Not now. Not tomorrow. Not ever. Go to any court in the world. and say, oh, I was living in America and my people were dying, I did nothing. And when they fought and died, I went to go home and they said no. The judge will say, okay, I adjourn the case to next month. But meanwhile, sheriff, put him in the jail. Because you think you have sense. Oh, dear me. Look at the zoo. In Igbo land, somebody that stole money to build the road from Enugu to Iguacha that you call Port Harcourt to, of course, very foolishly, is a leader. He's a political leader. He's the leader of this. He's the leader. He's an elite. Oh, don't beat him in Germany. He's a leader. But when you drive along the road, you don't ask yourself, why is the road so bad? It's bad because somebody ate the money. He took all the money. And he's a leader. The same way they voted for Abiola. Abiola defrauded Nigeria. In the next few days, you will do June 12th. You public holiday for somebody who was a thief. Onyoshi, a thief. In broad daylight, but he's your leader. But all the young Yorubas fighting for freedom, you insult them. Oh, you're begging us for money now. Shebi, you know, see. Aye, this UG black. But Abiola that stole money, forged certificate, forged the check. From 40 million to 400 million, you cannot see it. There is nothing wrong with it. Now you know. Can't you see that you're not black for nothing? Perhaps a bit of ignorance here and there and stupidity here and there. Can't you see it? There are young Yoruba people, young men, vibrant, fighting for liberation. And you're calling Tinubu your leader. Tinubu is your leader. Alexander the Great conquered the world at the age of 33. Jesus Christ, Yeshua, conquered his enemies at the age of 33. Hey, he's a young man, he's a young man. But when these people were in power as the white man left, they were all in their early 20s, all of them. Nobody called them that time a young boy or small boy. It's only in because we are daft, very daft. Black people, we are. Let us be honest with ourselves. We are useless. Let's be honest. Stop all this stupid sentiment, useless sentiment. Let's stop being stupid and reason. Reason, for goodness sake. Stop all this your hopeless sentiment. Do you know how whites fought to be all they are today? Simple thing they did was just to reason. Enlightenment that started with the Medicis in Florence in Italy. Simple thing. We must subject everything to reason. Reason. Why was it possible, instead of them to say, oh, we are sorry, we made a mistake. Oh, how was it possible that Nnamdi Kanu came to America, told us the Flanders are coming, we didn't do anything about it? Why, instead of that, you know, a black mind is devilish and black. You twist it. Because you're evil. You are evil, you twist. And we want God to love you and to bless you. You must be drunk. They steal your money. International thief stole your money, but in June 12th, you remember Abiola? He's publicly dead. It's June 12th, but the man was a criminal. Gani Femi, fella, that should have public holidays, even 2 days in a year. 2 days in a year. No, they don't have public holidays. Though. He's a thief. Zoo. And you have I can't understand it. You have people that claim they went to school, they studied, and they managed to, with their final alawi from youth service, because they don't have any jobs in the zoo. Before they become unemployed, they managed to, the last allowance they paid them at the youth service camp, they used it to buy Infinix phone. They bought some credits and they joined the army of social media commentators that you have. And you will have thought that they went to school. That is the reason they studied. And I keep asking them. I said to them, can you show me a freedom fighter anywhere in the world a freedom fighter that wants to change, redraw the map of that country. Not just a social crusader, no. That is not either in jail, in the grave, or in exile. Show me anywhere in the world. They have none. And I keep asking them, when the life of Prophet Muhammad was on that, Prophet Muhammad, did he flee from Mecca to Medina or not? They say yes, he fled from Mecca to Medina. Did the parents of Jesus Christ take him from King Herod? They said yes. Did Moses flee from the palace of Pharaoh? They said yes. Did Nelson Mandela flee from South Africa to come to Igbo land? They said yes. Then what is the problem? But because they are black, their brain is black, and they are evil. They always manage to turn everything good. That is why blacks are poor all over the world. Individually you may have made it, but as a group you're still nothing. That is why when you go, the washing of plates, the sweeping of streets, the greatest jobs we do. Do you know why? Anyway, I've told you, haven't I? Somebody came. What happened to him was that I saw again since a long time ago. Boycott elections. Boycott, they said no. It's a voter's card. Your PVC is your passport to success. You must hold your PVC. You must hold it. Now the card is, you must hold it. Do you know the funniest thing? After voting in Imo State, they still brought somebody who came forth. Went to the Supreme Court. The people that voted was, let's say, roughly 870,000 people. But the Supreme Court allocated 950,000 voters. And that person is the governor. So I asked them, am I right or wrong? But I shouldn't have said it. But am I right or wrong? Black people. After voting, they brought somebody from number 4 to make him number 1. It's Fulani agenda. Fulani have planned all these things very well, and they know what they are doing. Fulani probably understand how foolish a black person is, especially those who are in Nigeria, and they are playing very well. They know that the primary need or concern of every black person in the world is how to feed himself and his family. The need of the stomach is always number 1. And that is why we are very easy to trap. That is why we are very easy to deceive. That is why we are very easy to fall into traps we should fall into in the first place. If what I'm saying is very painful, you change. Change the way you reason. Stop being evil for evil's sake. That's what makes you black. Because you're evil. Show me the black country that is doing well in the world. I say name one. Of course, I raise my hands to Rwanda. If you can sustain it, that is. Name one country. We're begging for food, asking for handouts, begging America for aid, begging EU for aid. Are you not ashamed? You don't have no shame? You don't have any shame? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Any freedom fighter, anywhere in the world, you get up, you enter a taxi, you go to shopping center, you go to a shopping mall. My friend, you are deceiving yourself. And the idiots around you. You are not a freedom fighter. Mad people everywhere. Don't vote, you voted. Now they do something from number 4. Don't vote, you said you're voting. Now there is no Buhari, there is no Osubajo, no one to be found. No good that you cannot ask questions. You cannot ask. You cannot. How can you ask? How can you ask? Very, very sad indeed. Our people must change. You must change. Nobody hates anybody. You must change. You must change. We've been preaching this thing time and time and time and time again. Because it seems to me we have limitless supply of traitors. And you'll be shocked. In Biafra land, at least we have 30% of the population are traitors. 30%. If I tell you what is happening in my village, you will not believe it. In the way I come from, you believe it. Some people went to DSS to ask them to come and conduct election for them for PG, somebody who will sell land. Because I'm not home, and I just married my father in February. All they care about is how do we sell land. So they couldn't succeed. They now went to they wrote and they went to DSS for DSS of all people that came to their village and for DSS to come and help them install somebody as PG so they can sell the land. Do you know that? And we are waiting for the DSS to come. Come now and put in PG. Let's see. Do you see how what have done to us? Some of the so-called PGs you have in your land, they are all DSS recruits. And all of you in the DSS, starting from Hausa, anybody who is in DSS and you're from Hausa, you're from all these other ethnic groups. How can you be in DSS serving a foreign agenda when they kill people in Southern Kaduna? I'm asking all of you in DSS, all of you in the army, all of you in the police, do you have shame? You are in the police force, you are in an army, you are in DSS. We are the same people you are protecting and serving. They are busy killing your people. Do you see what I said that blacks are mad? Black people must be saying, I have been working in a DSS. The overall aim and goal of that DSS is to hold my people down. Maybe not to hold me down personally, but to hold my people down. Why should I say that? Why? Why should I? Just explain that to me. Some of you don't know what is happening. You have no idea what is happening. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Traitors everywhere. And to tell you how the traitors work, it really surprised me why you must be afraid of anybody from the south who is a Muslim. They are deadly. They are deadly. And why do I say this? The only Yoruba person to come out publicly to condemn Amotekun is a Yoruba Muslim. They are the ones that the Fulanis to use. They are the first port of call. Because something binds them together. Their religion. Their loyalty. You people don't read. I said before, the supreme leader of Islam in Nigeria is the Sultan. So just like Roman Catholicism and the Pope. If the Pope were to come down today in Onisha or in Anambra, for instance, and say, don't do Biafra anymore, I am sure almost half of the Catholic population in Anambra will follow the Pope. I'm being honest with you, that's how it is. Are you telling me that a Muslim who recognizes the Sultan as his leader will now come and fight against an army sent by the Sultan? Is that possible? It's simple common sense. That is why in Yoruba land, the person that spoke up against Amotekun and the Oduduwa Republic is a Yoruba Muslim. You people you don't know. Some of you cannot read between the lines. You don't know. The Muslim rights concern said that Muslims, Muslims in the southwest region of Nigeria would not be part of the Republic. Muslims, as I've been telling you, are from a Lauren Kwara, as I've been warning you from day one, that when the chiefs are down, they align with Sokoto. That is why any Biafran politician counting on an alliance with Yoruba, you are a fool. You are a fool because Yoruba Muslims, they are very prominent. Like Tinubu, they will always go with Fulani. They will always go because Fulani are their masters. Fulani are their masters. In Biafra land, you take the security from the Muslim. That means your brain is not correct. It's not. Of course, it's not correct. It's not. They planted these people. That is what they do. They plant them in your communities. So as the army is marching, they have somebody on the ground. You drive in a comfort to ShopRite to go and buy ice cream. And you're fighting the government of that place. You're not ashamed to come out and say you're a freedom fighter. Mad people everywhere. Group of Muslims in Yoruba land said, we don't want to do the well. His name is Ishaq Akintola. The same thing almost sounds as a Prophet Akintola, who is doing a very good job. Doing a fantastic job. There are a whole bunch of Yoruba young radicals who are now out to liberate the land from the shackles of slavery, of Fulani domination and hegemony. But do you know who they sent? Yoruba man. Muslim. We Yoruba Muslims, so we are not part of exactly what Hausa peasants did in the north. And today there's no more Hausa. It's a Fulani template. They perfected it over the centuries. Perfection. And that's what I'm doing with some idiots in Biafra land, in the coast. You are a Muslim, leader army of God. The children of the Most High. And you're Muslim. When will you learn? Some of you don't even know the will of God, do you? If you see the will of God, you won't even know it. You won't know it. You won't. Because we are incorruptible. White and white and white and snow. That is where we derive our arrogance from. We are directed from heaven. Anything I say is gospel. If I curse you, you're finished. Anything I open my mouth and say must come to pass. I told that the zoo will fall. It will fall. I said to Biafra, when I said, no, Buhari is our gateway to freedom. Or former has the clips. If I should even play it, I will break. Buhari is the way to freedom. Elohim told me in 2014. That man is your passport to freedom. Many will fall. Many will die. You will sacrifice a lot. But Biafra will come. What are we doing today? Where they say, Asadok is empty. We need the world to know that Asadok is empty. And it's over. It's bye-bye zoo. I want to see the British officer that will stand or sit in my face and tell me nonsense that people that concealed the death of a president should be allowed to be in some country with others. I want to see the idiot that will say that in front of me. When we do things in the spirit, you don't know. How can you know anyway? The zoo is sunk. It is finished. It's finished. No amount of sabo implant can work. Plant as many sabos as you like. It can never work. Borrow every money in the world. Today they have approved another loan, 22.7 billion. Borrow all the money in the world. Every diplomat. Buy every weapon from China. If I say we are going, we are going. You are about to witness a miracle that IPOB survived till now. Managed to be lobbying at the center of power on Capitol Hill in USA, paying all our consultants in 3 continents of the world. It's a miracle on its own. I'm telling Fulani, waste all your money. Fulani, waste every money you have. Aisha, pour out your billions. Waste it. Waste your son's stolen, the money you stole for your son. All of you waste all your money in the north. Biafra will come. And you know me very well. I'm not very modest. As Biafra is coming up with you, can you see it is coming? Try all you can to stop it. Yet you cannot. Do you know why I do those things? It's to let you know that Chukwu is with us. IPOB is not the creation of man. It is divine. That is why it is indestructible by man. And that is why we are under oath. Under oath to heaven, not to man. To do the best we can be every blessed day. I thank all of you for listening this evening. We have short past the 2 hour mark that I had envisaged before we commenced. I would only encourage you that if you're not on Twitter, you must go on Twitter very imminently. If you're not on social media, you must come on Facebook. I love the battles and I love the fight. It's amazing. I love it because we always win. At the end of the whole process, as we won yesterday, as the criminals accepted yesterday, they took money from us. And there is no feeling better than that. It's amazing. It's a very beautiful feeling. I love to fight. And that's how we're going to fight for Biafra for 75 years. Once Biafra is proclaimed, we will work in Biafra land day and night, 24 hours every blessed day for 75 years, non-stop. Every day, we will walk around the clock. At night time, we put on the floodlights. Our roads, our bridges, our schools, every blessed day, we will work for 24 hours for 75 years. We won't be around for that 75 years, 2 o'clock. But they won't forgive us. They will not forgive us. We can forgive our enemies, but those to come cannot forget our achievement. That is why we are special. That is why IPOB is that. If you say IPOB to the Fulani man when they're sleeping, they have abortion. We are the people they're afraid of. All these chaps everywhere. Only IPOB. You don't go to war without the general. When the time comes, and I told her how to say it, they will know how serious we are. But thank you all very much for listening. Especially our white friends all over the world, especially in Argentina. It's for them, my lectures here is much religion to them as it was. That is why we proclaim with every certainty, every pride and conviction that Biafra is our religion. Here on radio, Biafra is where we worship. Because Elohim, God. I thank you very much for listening. And from me, from here, it is